Cool. And that's natural, right? When you introduce something new, you're going to have those hiccups. I've seen it with her earlier. I didn't want to spot it yet. I wanted to see if she can kind of figure out on her own a little bit, but it got to the point that she had to address it. And why did she feel she couldn't address it? Because she trusts me. She trusts me to ask me that question. So if you go on a deeper level, none of you guys work with me, but you already kind of trust me because I've been here a couple of days. I trained with you guys. I worked out. I sweated with you guys. Brian gave you your word, so he's kind of giving you that trust. But you never want to pretend like, oh, everyone trusts me. It's fine, right? You got to keep earning that trust. You got to keep earning that trust. Keep earning that trust. But eventually, she felt trusted me enough to be like, hey, can you help me with this? Cool, I'll help you with this, absolutely. You can go off this space with different attacks. So if I'm here, I can block, I can elbow, I can block, I'm here, right? Again, it depends my hand variation. Okay, I can step in with the elbow. But automatically, what you're trying to do is get to a different range, right? You're trying to get to that zone 1. Now we're going to talk about zone 1. So if we can, you're going to take off your gloves. If we have hand sanitizers.
Wait until he's done talking.
Thank you. So we're going to have, if you have hand sanitizers with you, or if you guys have some in your facility, or if you have to wash your hands, please go wash your hands. We'll take about 2 minutes to get into it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so when I went over the notes from yesterday, the common variable that I heard about is sparring, and this is also tags into clinch sparring too, because when you get people together, like, right? So you are the commander-in-chief of your mat, and you have to have all the understanding that if someone is going to out of line, don't be a bully. Don't try to beat them up. That's the old mentality, right? And I want that to change. So what you have to do is give them constraints, give them fouls, give them a different objective, right? Ideally for me, there's a prerequisite for you to do my sparring class. And I don't know if I mentioned to you about it, but I have a lot of out-of-towners too that come to spar. You know, a lot of people want to come in and spar and get some work. And Denver, Colorado is a hub for MMA. And MMA sparring is different from Muay Thai sparring, right? Most of the time, MMA guys are just trying to fucking take you out. Muay Thai sparring is more controlled. And that's why I like Muay Thai. And it's more technical. But anyway, I'm just diving on. But even if they come into my mat, and I don't give a fuck who you are, you fight LFA, you fight whatever organization, this is how I progress it. And if they're not paying attention, then I give you only a couple of tools. You're doing handicap sparring. Do you guys know what handicap sparring means? Yeah, give them only jab and kick. They have to earn my trust. Like, you can't just come on the mats and spar my guys. It doesn't work that way. Even my students, sometimes they get a line, right? We talked about how, they always going to test you. They're always going to test that line. You have to bring them back. Okay, well, John, you've been going hard. You've been, really hurting Axel, and you're going to just work on the jab, dude. Like, you're going to work the jab until I see you can control it. And then that puts him in a place. He can still play. Just call him forward. Be honest with them, right? Don't teeter around and be like, guys, we should be very controlled, right? That person's not listening to you, right? Everyone else is, but that person is like, hey, Axel, like you're not doing what I'm telling you to do. Just jab. Work on the jab now. And walk away. And that's how it works, because it's a privilege. It's a privilege to spar. It's a privilege to train. My time is very valuable. It's a privilege to train with me. I will give you everything I got, but it has to be reciprocal. Like, this is not like Walmart, It's like, my quality is my quality, and this is how it upholds. But the way I progress it is 8 rounds. I do 8 to 10 rounds. First 2 rounds is handicap. So it means I give you some ideas of constraints. Next 2 rounds is we start working on positioning and goal-oriented. Like, all right, I want you guys to focus What's your job? Your job's teep? Okay, your job's round kick. Go. So I gave him more tasks. The next 2 rounds is open rounds. Very light, controlled tempo, right? The last 2 rounds is, I call it application of skill. Show me you can apply this. I don't say sparring. I don't say fight. I say application of skill. Apply your skills. Apply your skills. Apply your skills. Put all that energy into that, whatever you got, and focus on developing your skill. The last round, the extra round, I let them go at it. By that point, they're tired. They're tired, and furthermore, they have to get my approval, right? If Ezra would be like, "Hey, today I'm going to do the hard round," and I've been observing him throughout the whole class, maybe something's tipping him off the whole day, right? And he's just being hard. And before I have to make that judgment of experience, be like, you know what? Let's not go hard today. Okay, how about the bag? Or he's just been doing great drills and he's been doing the whole thing and he's like, actually, I'm ready to go hard today. Cool. All right, cool. Matt, come on. All right, here's the things. From the shoulders down, hard, light to the head. Go. Right? I rarely do any hard head contact. Extremely rarely. Everything from the shoulders down, you can go harder. I like that though. I know some schools they like to play spar a lot. I have to find a certain degree to it because I actually want you to feel it, right? And I've built your skill enough that you can throw it with some form of attachment of pulling it back, right? Without recklessness. If you can't show me control, don't throw it. And you'll get guys who watch YouTube or watch that dumbass MMA shredder guy. What's that guy? Jeff fucking Chan. I hate that guy. Quick side story. I was in Chiang Mai. And get me wrong, he's doing the YouTube thing. He's doing great things. He's a badass, fighter and whatever. He's a fucking terrible coach. And I don't like to talk about people, but I care about it because I know that people go in the ring, their life is on the line. They can seriously get hurt and killed. So long story short, we're around the same time in Chiang Mai. The place I was training at, he was renting some space time. He was training his guy. He did a whole retreat thing where come to Thailand, pay this much money, and we'll get you a fight in Thailand. These guys weren't ready. And one guy broke his whole fucking arm. The other kid got knocked out. But he doesn't post this. He doesn't post it, But those kids weren't ready, man. One thing is to, educate people from your own body. Okay, yes. But fighting and coaching are two fucking different skills. Right? And so that's why I have my beef with him. So I know he probably kicked my ass, but I'll give him a run for his money. Right? So now we'll get into clinching. So, all right, everyone come together, please. And you guys can you can sit here. You don't have to stand up anymore. And here's the next part with clinching. And I love clinching too. I love talking about clinch too because I feel like this is where it makes or breaks fight. If you don't know how to clinch, if you don't know how to wrestle, what happens? You get exhausted, right? You get exhausted. So the clinching range makes or breaks a fight. You can be an amazing kickboxer, but if they start clinching with you, everything is going the other direction. And however you disengage, right, you're a lot more exhausted. Your resources have depleted. And now I can see that. I can smell that. So I'm like, and I'm going back in. Even if I get 1 or 2 shots, I'm going back in. Because I know that you don't like that and it exhausts you and you don't know what the hell you're doing. On the sport application, a lot of people think that sweeping scores big. It doesn't. It's fancy, it's nice. When I'm judging a fight and I see someone get swept and I see someone get kneed, I'm going to give it to the guy who kneed. Because the criteria, like I told you, damage, right? If he got swept, great, he fell on his butt, hurt him a little bit. But if the guy fucking knees you, right? That We want that. We don't want the sweep. You get seduced by the sweep, right? And then what's that called? Target fixated, right? They're just trying to sweep. They're trying to sweep. Motherfucker, elbow. Right? And that's what I see in the big tournaments too, the disparity of skill. And what's the three most important things in striking? What are the three things we talked about? Balance. Same thing here. Everything's balanced here. So we're going to start off more of a traditional setting. Square. Yeah, good. So your feet are going to be about 11 and 1. Okay? This changes over time. But right now I have good balance. Okay? And this is a similar principle to jiu-jitsu. I don't want my tailbone out. I want to tuck my tailbone in. You're like a gorilla. Right? Because my center is strong now. My center is strong now. You try to toss me, I'm going with you. Right? If I'm here, I'm going where you want me to go. So hand position varies. So the first thing we're going to learn is he's going to extend to give me a bear hug. Boom. Go back. He's going to reach my head. Boom. Reach my other side. Boom. Preventive stuff. First thing. We can talk about this. We could talk about escaping, but the next measurement is preventive stuff, right? So once we're here, right, so we're in our position. I have my gorilla pose. He's going to go for bear hug. Boom. Frames in. Okay? He goes for my head. Arm in. Shoulder shrugged. He goes for my head. Shoulder shrug. Then I say switch. So I'm going to bear hug Matt. He's going to get his frames in. Boom. I'm going to try to grab his head. He gets his frame in. Boom. The other side. You see? So it's preventive. This way you can stop it before something happens where they're tying you up. All right? But the key is don't lose your structure, don't lose your balance. Keep your head right above the center of your core. Right? The center of your core. Don't move yourself. Don't move yourself. Keep this steady and strong. I try to grab his body, he stops. Good. He's strong now. Look, he's not moving anywhere. If I try to grab his head, he's strong now. Right? I try to grab his head, he's now. Then I say switch jobs. He goes, right? I'm here. Grabs my head. I'm here. He goes, right? I'm here. Okay? Cool. All right? We're going to go back to that line, please. Right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the side that's facing the clock and the camera, you're going to go first. Keep going. Keep moving with your partner. Then I'll say switch jobs, and then the other side would go. Ready? And begin. Frames in. Frames in. Keep your structure. Keep your feet at gorilla. Think gorilla, right? Feet square, about shoulder width or hip width apart. Your toes are facing outward. Toes are at 11 or 1 o'clock. Keep those shoulders shrug. And switch jobs. And switch jobs. Good. Get good connection on the arms. Keep the stability of your structure. Keep your head down. Keep your shoulders shrugged. And switch jobs.
Question.
Yeah.
Do I want to
Gooseneck. Yeah, like this.
So here, do I want to stay closer to my body, or I can
Up and
be
up.
kind of out? Okay.
Open up.
Thank you.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
okay. So keeping a strong structure.
Right. Yeah.
If we
Right. Correct. Yeah, I gotta read. Yeah. And time. Good. All right. All right, everyone, come this way. So when he reaches for that body lock, I'm here, right? And my hand's gonna gooseneck here. This way I have a tricep I can pull, or I can switch it to a push. And the same thing, this is why I love fit to fight, because a lot of the same principles and patterns apply. So a push and pull and connection is what we need. So as he reaches, I'm here. And most of the time in just regular Muay Thai, right? If you're clinch fighting, his hand's going to drape over my bicep like this. Why? Because he doesn't want to get elbowed. If the elbow's here, right? Yes, I can't elbow him. Okay? And this becomes a counter position too for him as well. He can start, switch it on me, bicep. You see? Okay? So now I can start kneeing as well. Or I can start shooting through as well. So it becomes also a counter position. So grab my biceps. Boop. So that's usually the position. That, right? Because now he can't elbow me. And we talked about how important we have to shut down the elbows, because those are ending fights. Right? If my hands are here, he can just elbow me. Boom. Okay? Next drill, he's going to grab my neck. So he grabs my neck, and remember shoulder shrug? This is the preventive measure. And you've seen similar principles in the fit to fight system, right? So when he grabs, see how it's hard for him to get a grip, but if my shoulder's down, he gets a sealed grip. It's a lot easier for him to get the collar tie. But go back to grab my head. It's not that steady. It's not that strong. My hand goes over, grabs his head, shoulder shrug, push through. Grabs this side, grabs the head, use his own leverage of his head. As I pull, shoulder drives, head strong, pulls through. Good. Control, shoulder through. He doesn't have a steady grip to work off of. Preventive stuff, right? So again, he sees one side, right? Here, other side. This side pulls, this side pushes, push through. Boom. Grabs, push through. Okay? So now it's going to be all of them, and I want them in a sequence. So he bear hugs, stops, hands on my bicep. Beautiful. Goes to my head, grabs, shoulder shrug, grabs, shoulder shrugs, grabs, shoulder shrugs. One more, shoulder shrugs. Bicep, boom. Very nice, very nice. And then we're not done to talk about head position, but then that's the next thing about head position. Some people think in Muay Thai like this. No. Same thing in MMA or in wrestling, our head's in. Because we don't want to get elbowed. Or if you're doing this, you're going to get knocked out. Right? Simple. You guys understand what we're doing? One more time, okay? Just to make sure. So, yeah. Shoulder shrug. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Yes. Good. Yes. Shoulder shrug. Go up. Arms. Correct. Cool. All right. 1, 2, 3. One side goes, and then we'll switch jobs. Begin. Shoulder shrug, grab, push. Yeah, keep those shoulders engaged. Try to be preventive. Don't pull away too far. Keep your structure, keep your balance. Try to keep your positioning. Nice. Good. Yeah, so the hands on the, go back. So if I may, grab bicep. Here. Yeah. 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 Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and this, again, just because now it's like a defense-offense kind of fight now. If this hand is just like shallow, it's not good. Yeah, you can easily roll off of that. Here, he tries to elbow, it's hard. Go ahead, elbow. Yeah, put more emphasis on that. Yes, that connection. That connection, right. Now elbow. Yes, it stops him. Okay. Switch jobs. Nice, Matt. And few more seconds. Work on that frame. Work on that position. Shoulder shrug. Get a hand connection. Get a head connection. Nice. Little single arm. Yeah. Oh, wee. Oh, wait. And time. Okay. All right. For my coaches here who you're introducing some form of clinching, so this is similar to what Eli does, the invisible man. You can also teach clinching without a partner. What you would do is you'll give them a script, you'll give them a sequence, okay? So let them drill that, right? Then we talk about moving. So now, for you to be successful in the clinch, ideally, you would have to do the opposite of what I've been teaching you. You have to break their structure, you have to off-balance them, and you have to improve your position. Improving your position, breaking their structure, and breaking their balance, right? Matt is very strong when his hips, shoulders, and head, everything's aligned. He's not strong when he's like this. Okay, he's no longer focused on hitting me or punching me or whatever. He's focused on his balance. Okay, when his head's down, he's no longer thinking as much. He's more focused on his balance and his structure to gain. So his priorities have changed, right? So we have to try to do the opposite, is trying to break those three. And in between those transitions, we're trying to knee, elbow, and create as much damage as possible. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to get into the head collar tie now. Just one arm, okay? So this was going to happen. I'm going to move Matt using a tiny step in the move of my core and my hip. My core and my hip. So he's going to stay connected. And this is only your drilling, and this is more of a coaching thing. This is the only thing we're doing. What happens is you try to teach sweeps, there's too many fucking things going on, right? And they don't know what it feels like. So first you have to feel how off-balancing it looks like, and then you have to feel what does off-balance feel like, okay? So one arm here, okay? What I did, I took a tiny step, very subtle. Everyone say subtle.
Subtle.
In fighting, being subtle is very important, right? You don't want to be too obvious on your attacks. By the time they realize it, it's on its way, or you're doing the job. So I'm here, I step. Notice a very tiny step. I didn't do like a big obvious step, because he can also counter move me. He can also do a double turn. Now, I'm not going to get into that, but it's a very subtle step. When I pull, it's from my hip and my core. Yes, my arm is working, but it's not. My arm is not the delivery system. It's like the motor. This is. Okay? When I move his head, it's all in junction. First here, and then it's this. Okay? This, and then it's this. Okay? Then I'll say switch hands. So now we just have one arm on the other side. You see? Now it's my right leg that steps slightly above, a couple of inches from his body. Okay? Sometimes you don't even need the step. If you feel his energy going forward, perfect time. Sometimes you don't even need to step. You just have to feel it. So I'm here, tiny step, right? I pull, use my hip, use my hip to pull. Okay? Everything else is just a chain. So we're going to drill this. We're no longer be on a line. We're going to be doing this for 5 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Notice my structure didn't change. So I'm not doing this. How could I knee from here? I can't. Hips are closed. Here, strong. 1, 2, 3. You see? I go 5, my partner goes 5, 5. We're trying to off balance them. Ready? 1, 2, 3. More details here, and I know that this is not like a very detailed session today, but this way we can build off of this. This is why. And Eli actually has some Muay Thai experience. You guys didn't know. He trained under Ajahn Chai Sarut, which was my master for a while. And I like to have an idea, I'll give you guys an idea of this, but you know how this connection is everything, as most of you guys know. But like I was explaining to Eli, the hip is the important part. So take a step and turn, right? Yeah, now relax your body. Look, I'm going to coach him through this. Relax your body. Step. Now go. Well, where did you feel different?
The emphasis on the hip. Whenever there's more tension on the upper body, I want to jerk because I'm like squeezing lat and shoulder versus the...
Right, and that happens a lot, right? Because if this is all tight, how is that going to be connected to this? This is loose, right? And now pull. It's a lot easier for me to snap me down and turn me. And the good thing is he never lost his structure either. Okay, thank you, sir. Go. So we got a couple of reps in, right, with this? Yeah, we're moving on just because of time, all right? Matt, right? So we're here. Now we're going to get in, before we were one arm, right? So, and again, it depends on their energy. And another reason why I like to fit the fight, because they're honest about energy. So if I'm trying to pull, but Matt is rocking, doesn't move, then you go the other way. It's, similar principles here, okay? If I'm trying to frame and push Matt, but he's resisting, then I go the other way, right? It's a similar idea with you guys. The only difference here is that I got to keep my structure strong so I can knee and I can elbow. And ideally, the goal is just to have them everywhere and getting elbow, getting knee, making it so uncomfortable for them to be here. By the time they disengage, they're like, I don't want any of that, right? I don't want any of that, right? And if you're a good kickboxer, like, you're going to get more of this now, right? So you have no way to feel relaxed. I'm going to take you out from here, here, or here, okay? So let's add on 2 hands now. So other hand goes on the bicep. Now, why is the other hand on the bicep, guys? Take a guess why. The elbows. Right. If he has no connection, his hand's on my hip. Hand on here for the elbow. Okay? So now, this hand has multiple jobs, of course. So this hand sits on the crook of the arm here, right? It can start looking to pommel and wedge in. It can start looking for the lat. It can look for double connection on the head. Even though he has a frame, you can still have some kind of salvage position where you can control the head. But for today, we're just going to keep it simple and control in the bicep here. Okay? Now, this is the open side, and this is the closed side. This is the open side. This is the closed side. Why? His arm is extended, reaching to me, which doesn't give him defense. Okay? This is his open side. He can knee me all he wants. If he knees me on this side, That open side for me, knees, it's easier for me, go ahead, Matt, to grab. This side I can't because my arm is doing something. You see? Not to say you can't knee on the other side, right? But there is a risk there because of getting caught. So how do we put this into clinching? I have, in my class, it's a 1-for-1 knee. I don't have them go on their own. I knee, you knee. I knee, you knee. That's how it works. So we're here, I knee, A, A, A. And pommel, correct, sir. Now, which side is open side? Correct, knee. That's right, sir. Aye. 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 Pommel, knee. Aye. Notice how our structure maintained, right? So I'm not trying to pull away from here. Straight knee, no good. I'm here. Aye. So you're gonna knee 3 times. Bang, 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 pommel. Bang, 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 pommel. Bang, 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 pommel. The knee is just a cherry on top. What I'm trying to teach you guys is stay connected, keep your structure, and move through precision. Move through precision. The knee is just cherry on top. I'm not emphasizing on the details of the knee, but for now, just just nice and light in the body. But 1, 2, 3, pommel. 1, 2, 3, pommel. In Muay Thai and Thai, they're very superstitious. So there's got to be a lot of threes in your training. Kind of what we're doing that march. 1, 2, 3, kick, right? It's very superstitious to numbers and all that, but kind of makes a beat though. So 1, 2, 3, pommel. 1, 2, 3, pommel. 1, 2, 3, pommel. Got it? Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Hand placement on the back of the head.
So for now, I'm up here, almost like around Matt's ear. Yeah, that's it. Just this hand changes, of course. It can be here, right? And people say this is wrong. This is not wrong. This is still a connection that you can work off of. But for now, this here, I need to be right above. Where if you had a hat, you know how the Velcro? Yeah, where that goes.
Okay, thank you.
Aye, aye, oh, oh, hey. Oh, he's getting super Thai now.
So we've had we've had a playful kickboxing class in our place for a while. But we just started. One of our guys, that's a buddy of ours, started training at our place, and he's trained in Thailand, done Thai fights, and ever since he's been there, now it's just spread through the whole.
Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Oh, yeah.
We didn't bow, we didn't say wait after
Yeah.
big ones. One push up for every year of your life. The last time I was like 38.
30. Are you tired, sir? Okay. Keep going, but listen to my voice. Keep going, nice and controlled. Stay on the ball of your feet now so you can come up to the ball of your feet and begin. Keep your structure, keep the upright position as best you can. Stay relaxed. Bang, 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 bang. Bang. That's, oh, hey. And time. Cool. All right, let's tax on to this. So same thing. I'm here. And when I'm at the balls are your feet, you guys see my feet? Yeah, everything comes off your leg athletically. Any sport you do, everything comes from the chain from the bottom up, right? So ideally, have strong feet, strong legs is everything in Muay Thai. This is why they run so much. They do a lot of drills, exercise their legs a lot. Strong legs, strong core is everything. Because power comes from here, right? But now we're going to move into it. So I'm going to go 1, and he goes 2, bang, 3, bang. Now I move. You see? And then we start the chain again. He knees, bang, I knee, bang, he knees, bang. And then he moves me. See what's happening? The pattern here, right? After that third knee, you move your partner. What's the other hand doing? It can be a supply system. So you're going to, make sure this stays tight to you. Remember, the hip in the motion is the step. This is going to just trail up in a little bit. Just a little bit. The focus really is this more, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and then you move. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, and then they move me. 1, 2, 3, I move them. So what I'm trying to teach you guys is to add more volume, more positioning, enhance the breaking their structure, off balancing them. Is that clear? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, guys. 3 knees off balance, and then your partner goes. Keep the upright position. Good. Keep going. Keep going. When I say pummel, you're going to pummel. Keep doing 3 knees off balance, 3 knees off balance. And when I say pummel, you're going to move position. And pummel. Same, but different. You might even catch him on the knee. Absolutely. Yeah, to off balance them. Absolutely. And pummel. Correct. Stay connected, not too much space. Pummel. Pummel. Knee. Tang. Oh, hey. We cow. And time. Yo, if you guys go on my Instagram, my last time in Thailand was December. I was there for a month. Dude, I got swept so bad. And I posted because I'm like, this is real, guys. I'm not kidding you. When we meet a really high-level Thai clincher, it's just beautiful artwork. You asked me why do you love Muay Thai so much? Because it's power and it's beauty. If you see at the highest form, the beauty and the power of it, it's just magical, right? And just the way the perfect kick, the perfect timing, right? And the way they just come back to perfect balance. And then they sweep you. It's just so effortless. It's just like, you're like, wow, like, does that really exist? And it does, you know. It's on my Instagram. You can see me swept. I'm wearing a blue shirt, and my coach just throws me like nothing. I was just like, God damn, after 15 years? God damn. So we're going to get into escaping the double collar, and then we're going to move into some sparring, and then we'll talk a little bit about Muay Thai and, you know, what your thoughts are. And because we had a very diverse kind of answers when I gave you that question, and I just want to kind of segment it in a way so I can kind of get all the points down. So then we'll just finish with the zone 1 is escaping the lock. Right? Locks are very important to learn because they can also be a stalling position. There's strategy in Muay Thai too. You can also lock somebody, and maybe you're not a good clincher, and maybe you just want to stall, and they say, break, cool, because I'm a much better boxer. Right? Or you can stall, break. Okay, cool, I'm a boxer. When I'm reffing fights, I can immediately pick up that pattern. The guy clinches up, he's on the ropes like this. And he's looking at me. And I'm like, and it's my job, I have to give something to judge the score on. We need action. There's no action. So I'm like, all right, break, fight, right? And so the guy's, cool, excellent, because I want to do this. But there's strategy to it. Locks are not can be only offensive, but can be used as strategic moves too. Matt, where are you? Yeah. So if we've done our job and we kept our upright position, because Muay Thai is an upright martial art, and we maintain our balance and strength and positioning, you don't have to be tall to be great at Muay Thai. And that's the next thing. People think it's a tall sport. No, I've literally seen not smaller people beat the hell out of taller people. Okay? Again, look at Sanchai. Short, right? It's just how you move and how you apply your skills, really. It's not a tall sport, okay? But we didn't do our job. You know, they pummeled in, they got here, okay? First thing to do, relax, okay? This is a bad problem, but it's not the end of the world, okay? Go back to those 3 principles: structure, balance, and positioning. What he wants to do is he wants to break my balance, positioning, and structure, right? So I have to control that. My hands have a plethora of things to do for today, right? I want to get my arms over his head. Boom. Lock. Because now when he tries to open up, he can't. Okay? I go palm to palm. Stronger side to his head faces me. Opposite side goes out. Boom. Okay? Here. I don't want him to have a gap, because if there's a gap, he opens up. He needs me. So I have to go hips in. Right? Notice my hips are in, but my tailbone's not out. That's not strong structure. I'm here. Now, if his head is on this side, this is the arm that grabs the ear. Okay? So I'm here, grab. This hand goes to the bicep. This way I don't get elbowed. And then pushes. Okay? Now, we try to maintain a connection where his arm is stopped and sealed. Knee, lock, knee. You see? So now I'm in a strong spot. Very hard for him. Again. So I'm here, right? Structure first, balance and positioning. Secondly, my arms shoot. If his head's here, it's this arm that goes. It's really hard to do it this way. I can't. I'm fighting my own arm, my own shoulder. This side, here, okay? Bang. This arm, palm to me, here. And now I drive shoulder, I pull, boom. Chest drives forward, structure strong. Hand holds. This way he can't elbow or kind of have another counter offer. He's going to pull his hips back. There's no space. Knee. Okay? Slow. So structure first. Now you can do these things to stop the knee, but he's going to elbow you because my hand's not protecting my face. I can't do this, but he's going to elbow me. Okay? So here, now his head's on this side. So here, right? Boom. Grab, shoulder, hand, boom. Right? And now I've taken space and I try to maintain it. The lock is a cherry on top. So the hand is here, it goes through and connects. I want to keep that arm bicep position here. So it's hard for him to pull. My shoulders are shrugged, as you can tell. So there's no water leaking in or out. It's hard for him to pull that. Sure, he can punch with the other arm. Go ahead, punch, sir. You can still elbow and knee. We're going to tax in with another one, and then we'll talk about one last entry or one last exit. So let's just get this one done real quick, and we'll move on. Got it? 1, 2, 3. Take it slow. Pick up what you can. Pommel. Yeah. Toes out. Good. So now this hand, grabbing the ear now. Drive the shoulder. Yes. Hey, pommel in. Yes. Correct. So now you have a lock. Correct. Hey. So now you can start kneeing. You know, now he's in a negative.
Yeah.
Right. Aye. Mm-hmm. 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 Aye. Aye. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hips in. Away. Knee.
If I bring my head up, is that?
Yeah. So I'm here, right? Boom. See how my head is up, but my chest is driving forward, right? And then this is where we want. This is what we want. Now this hand is free, but no problem because this becomes off balancing too. Okay. Now it's open knee, right? This arm is going to be trying to push in the face and all that stuff, but now you have a good tie up. She can't. So it's harder for you. She's side, exactly. She's nice, Ryan. Open the hips, bang. Ooh-wee. Bang, bang. Aye. Ooh-wee. Balance. Looking good, guys. I like the movement. I like the positioning. Sure, yeah, it's okay. Mm-hmm. Right arm. Right arm. Shoulder push. Yeah, shoulder push. Yeah. Yeah, drive your chest to me. Yes, you see? Yeah.
You know the shoulder shrug. Okay, so I'm like this.
Correct, pommel. This hand's good here. Okay, now she can't elbow. Arm stuck, good. Now hand goes in.
In here?
Bring it out now for a second, and then go inside. Yes, now lock. Yeah. And time. Cool. All right. I'm going to breeze through the last one, which is one that you guys work on your system too. But, everything works together. So when I came up under a specific instructor, Ajahn Chai, we had a curriculum, but it wasn't dynamic. And I love him to death. He's my master, and I see him quite often every year. I chose to be here instead of TBA camp in PA, but he's a world to me. But the curriculum I was brought up on was more like a 4-count combination, punch, kick. Wasn't really applicable, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like that was the time that was. And as I, ventured out, learned different systems, different styles, different coaches, I started in East Coast, then in DC. I lived in LA, then in Colorado. I traveled a lot quite often and just started picking in a lot of different coaches. And Muay Thai was my specific search, really. It wasn't just like I want to train with everything. It's just I want to just be really good at this. To bring this together is that when you start seeing too much technique, you start figuring out like all this stuff is okay until you get to a certain point. Once you get to a certain point, you're like, this is what really works, and this is what sticks, and then you add on to that, right? And it's like those of you who do jiu-jitsu, it's like the berimbolo, right? Or berimbolo, what's that called? Berimbolo. So yeah, I'm a terrible black belt, so. But there's prerequisites to that, right? So right now, I'm just giving you guys kind of like the foundational understanding of this. So if my head is broken down, right? Again, there's a plethora of things to do, bear hug, XYZ. And I'm going off this segue, right? And Matt knows I'm trying to crunch everything in. His head pulls away because he doesn't want that. So then I would do my face push. Do you see? That's how it segues to this second part. So I'm trying to do my first attack, and I'm not trying to get a knee either. I'm not trying to get an elbow. I'm not trying to get a knee. He feels his energy here. He pulls away because he doesn't want that. So give them more what they want. So I go across, okay? And I go over the face, over the jaw. But they might get really, I like that word, target fixated. So I'm going to steal that. So they might get target fixated because they really want that clinch. The more I shrug my shoulders and extend my arms, the harder for him is to continue that, right? To secondly make it more uncomfortable, I blade my body. Right now my hips are square, so I'm going to blade my body. This is the most important detail you have to pick up today, is blading the body, okay? So you felt that, right?
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Very good.
So I'm here, boom. Boom. He has to let go. That's a lot of pressure on his shoulder, okay? And now this is what we videoed with the Budo guys. So they still get target fixated. They still get target fixated. He keeps trying to drag. Knockout, right? Or now you gave a consequence because like they wanted it, you got it.
I'm standing back here.
So on this side, I'm here. I'm trying to pull everything in. He's pushing his head out. I extend my arms and start shrugging my shoulders. He's target fixated. He's trying to continue to pull. I open my body. He's still target fixated. He's still trying to maintain or salvage this. My anchor arm down with the elbow. And that's how it works. But I wanted to give you guys an idea of kind of how these things are connected. In Muay Thai, in the sport of Muay Thai, you cannot double leg. You cannot hip toss. You cannot vine grip, right? You can't single leg. It's a lot of Greco-Roman wrestling, so upper body wrestling. And I like it. And when I do jiu-jitsu tournaments, I use the same shit. I don't shoot. I'm a terrible wrestler. I don't shoot. All I do is I wrestle people from like here. Even my coach is like, put them in the tie clinch. I was like, okay. But it actually has a lot of benefits too. Your snap downs get better. For them to get a collar tie is harder. I found in my experience when training Muay Thai often, them trying to get a collar tie on me is really hard. And because my balance is so good, it throws them off. Because now they feel like, man, you're not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Obviously, there's going to be pros and cons to everything, right? You can't stay here forever. But that's kind of the benefits that I got from Muay Thai clinching. Even the bear hugs, I can do something with that, more in a Muay Thai approach where I don't feel like a threat. I can navigate through that. The last part is going to be putting all this together. Okay, so I gave you segments. but we don't need gloves for this. We're just going to do a quick drill. So, actually, Ryan, can I borrow these, please?
We're in a group of 3, so he could easily jump partners.
I am so happy he's wearing tie shorts. Very happy to that. And thank you again for having me, sir. So zone 3, so we're going to place bar and just be on the outside here. I'm not stressing out. Remember, understand that the game is just to play and apply your skills. So if we're here, cop. Nice. You see, just being on the outside. Then I'll say zone 2. So zone 2. And zone 1. Zone 3. You see? So we're just playing tag. And again, this takes time, but I'm very proud that when my guys spar, everyone can spar. Everyone can spar. And I can give them tasks. And then we play 1, 2, 3, zone 2, zone 3. They will understand it. And my goal is for everyone to, I find sparring so much fun. I find it more fun than rolling. I find it more sparring than rolling. My favorite of all the things is clinch sparring. That's my favorite of everything. But you know, it's it takes time, and I haven't found one best way. I'm picking up all these ways to hopefully help my students. Remember, like we said all weekend, it's about them, not about us. Okay? So on safety purposes, we're gonna grab gloves, and then we're gonna work that drill. Got it? 1, 2, 3. Put all your energy on developing your skill and understanding tempo, timing, and positioning, right? When Ryan landed on me, did I freak out? No, when something lands, just move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Okay? All right. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. Pay respect and begin. Lin Choi. Play. Zone 3. Zone 3. Zone 3. Slow the tempo, slow the tempo. Nice march. You guys are copycats. No punches.
your punches are basically kicks.
Remember, if you're throwing punches, it's only probing punches. Probing punches. They're not the big strikes. Just touch. Zone 2. Zone 2. We're a little bit in the boxing range. Remember that tempo. Good. Nice shelling. Good defense. Defense is first. Good. You score a little bit. They score. Listen to my voice and clinch. Zone 1, freeze. Freeze. Posture, upright. Breathe and go. Relax. Away. Knee, knee, away, knee, away. Hey, watch the elbow. Oh, hey, nice timing on you. Good. Zone 3. Try to check the kicks, guys. Try to check the kicks. Yes. Oh, hey. Zone 2. Sabay, sabay. Relax, relax. Yeah.
Sorry.
Zone 1. Clinch. Upright. Good balance. Good structure. Oh, hey. And time. Okay. All right. Gloves away, shin guards away. Let's hurry. I'm going to take to the floor. Oh. Oh, no. Sabay, sabay. Po, po no. Po no, po, po. All right. All right, everybody. Let's just close it out. We're going to do a quick talk about what, in my opinion, of coaching and a little bit of the approach of Muay Thai as well. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, Muay Thai is for everyone. Muay Thai is for everyone. So you don't have to be a fighter. You know, you don't have to be anything really. You can just take the practice to what you like. You know, you can read the history of Muay Thai online, of course, but to give you a brief kind of understanding of it, it's 8 centuries old. You know, and it obviously originated from Thailand. It helped the Siam Empire. Siam is Thailand. You know, fight a lot of defenders. Eventually, they wanted to keep the tradition, so it became a sport, right? There's different sides of Thailand that have different kind of styles and approaches to it. Different influences, of course, navigated this, the way it is now. Right now, where it is very popular, much more popular than ever, and it's great. I'm happy for that. There's always going to be bad side to things too, right? So, in in the competitive world of Muay Thai, U.S. is really, really, really far behind. All the other parts in the world, Muay Thai is huge. It's Europe, South America, but in USA it's not popular, and that's okay. But now it is. It's getting a lot of track, and it's getting a lot more opportunities. And like I said before about no one really know the scoring system, like that's true. Like no one knew how to deal with this. So eventually, the WMC, which is a huge organization in Thailand, they sent like, okay, these are the rules, but it all got scattered. But now everything's being more controlled, more concise. It's got an IOC approval, so it's like it got an Olympic approval, but it's not there yet. It got denied this year to be on the next Olympics, but it's having a lot of progression. And I've been to schools that have like 300 members, and they all do Muay Thai, but they're not fighters. They're just everyday casualists. I've been to schools where, it's like the elite of Muay Thai fighters. And I've been to schools where, it's just a supplement for their program, their jiu-jitsu or whatever program. So you can navigate it to any direction you want. There are different styles of Muay Thai, of course, here in the U.S. You probably hear of Dutch Muay Thai, Dutch kickboxing. I'm going to go to Amsterdam next month. I'll be there training there for about 3 weeks. So I'll be in Holland training there as well. Like I said in the beginning, I just want to be a good steward for the sport and for the art. And but I like to teach the traditional Muay Thai style. And if any team or organization, any club wants to pull things from that and put it in their system, that's great. My resources are always open, and I always tell people, if you going to Thailand, beautiful. I know exactly where to go. Like, what kind of experience do you want, right? Oh, you live in New York? Okay, cool. I know who you should look for. Oh, you live in California? These are the camps you should deal for. And it's not like it's just being around this industry or around this art for so long. I managed to move the veils. Is that correct? I managed to move the veils a lot and understand it in a deeper level. I want to know how deep the rabbit hole goes, and I'm still going. And so it could be what you want it to be, right? And hopefully it becomes a part of your style, your growth as a coach too, right? If you ever want to, hey, I'm really interested in continuing training. Like, where should I go? Things like that. I'm probably going to end off just, thanking everybody. And this is the vulnerable part, right? So like I said before, I came to this country illegally. And my mom, she left my dad, who was a very abusive person. And me and Coach Janelli, which coach? We have piece of shit dads. So, and I had to clean the mats. I had to clean the toilets. That was my tuition for training. And I never wanted to be a fighter. I never wanted to do what I'm doing right now. But I didn't have an idea. Never finished college. I got a scholarship, but I couldn't get it because I didn't have Social Security. But this became my style and my art, my passion. And I took a break from training twice. I took a break for 6 months, completely no coaching, no training. I wanted to see if this is really what I'm supposed to be doing. And then the answer was like, yeah, this is what fuels my soul. Later on, I took another year break, a full year break, and I just had a regular job. And once again, to ask myself, this is what I want to do. And it's like, yeah, this serves my soul. This is what I want to do. And that year was perfect because here I am now. Because now I'm opening my school. And I've done the whole building fighters, traveling across for fighters, and I have an MMA fight next weekend I have to go to. I've done all that. But at the core, I just want to help people. I want to help that fat, shy, depressed, single kid who was me the way it helped me. And that's where I want to come with that. I'm not looking for any kind of like validation or anything. I just want to train, and I just want to practice, and I want to give. And hopefully you got some of that, and it inspires you to continue that, doing that for your centers. Any questions about anything we worked on today? Good. Everything you've learned this weekend is impactful. I've been to a lot of courses, a lot of instructor training camps, and a lot of different organizations. Everything what Ryan said, Eli, the other instructors, Janelli, everything is on point. I literally walked up to you and was like, that was excellent. Because it wasn't the first time I heard it, but you just nailed it. And it was concise and, you know. And the last time I'm saying it. But, you know, and the ego, there's no ego here as from I hear, and so it's great. Ryan, you did a great job. Amber, you guys are doing great. Wherever this goes, I just want to thank you guys for having me out. So, let's bow out, guys. Let's stand up straight. All right, so we're going to just do one. I'm not super formal or super traditionalist, but we're going to bow out Thai style. So, feet together, stand up straight, hands together. All right, if you're a female, you say kap kun ka. If you're a male, you say kap kun krap. It just means thank you. That's all, really. Kap kun krap. All right, thank you, guys.
Really good.
Thank you.
Okay. So we need to do a group photo. Any questions or any comments before I kind of button this up?
Good shit!
Perfect. So look, we run courses a lot. We run a lot of courses. We run some big courses. We do multiple courses throughout the year. We travel a lot. This is our first like dedicated coach camp. Like, let's bring in different people, and we bring in different people all the time, right? And if you train here, you know, like we constantly are bringing in different resources, different people, different approaches, whatever. But kind of, and Aaron and I talked about this last night, where I am with Fit to Fight as an organization, I really just want to focus on coaches. I really just want to focus on building better coaches. We have 2 training centers. That reach is going to be super limited. If we reach capacity at both centers, you're still only talking about a few hundred people. Like that's, if we truly believe in our mission and what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish, then the way to get more touches out in the ether is to build more coaches. And I don't want it to be, well, this is the Fit to Fight way, and this is how. I want it to be, all right, we're going to get exposure from Danny and Janetti and Eli, and next time maybe we'll bring some different folks in. And by the way, while I'm thinking about it, these 2 dudes, I'd never met them before, okay? Exchanged some Instagram stuff. We were supposed to film with them in California earlier this year. I bailed on that trip because it just didn't work out. But you know, Mike was supposed to be here, had a family emergency, couldn't be here. These dudes were like, we can do it. And I'm like, really? That's what we do. And, you know, you saw them up here, and I swear to God, I still think they're lying. I'm watching them, and I'm watching one play off of the other. Like, one stopped the sentence, and the other one immediately picked up. And I'm like, they've done this 1,000 times. They acted like they've never done this before. And I asked them afterwards, and they're like, no, we've never done it. I'm like, you're lying to me. You cannot be that good. So I really appreciate them. I can't be behind my iPhone for a minute and a half without losing focus of what I'm supposed to be doing. So for these dudes to be able to sit there, especially like when there's a lot of talking, for them to be able to sit there and stay with everybody, like I'm super appreciative of them and what they brought to this. big shout out to everybody that participated. These are some long sessions, getting uncomfortable in a lot of different ways. I got super uncomfortable about 10 minutes ago. I'm like, he's going to kick my ass. And then I sat down over there and I was like, fuck, I should have listened to that thing that Janae was talking about breathing more. Fuck. So anyway, I really appreciate everybody coming out. We got people from all over the place in this room. I think it says a lot about kind of the trust that we've been able to build in the events that we've done. And hopefully that continues to build and grow. And so to that end, once we do group photo and whatever, if you will get with Amber, if you have a few words to say about this weekend, because we're going to run another one in May. This one was too close to Hard Ready, so that kind of hampered some things. So we're going to run another one in May. Some different topics, but a lot of it will be similar. I mean, good coaching is just good coaching, and how you do good coaching. Like, did you guys hear how many times Janetti has been through the same courses or read the same books? Why? Because you're going to get something different from it every time. You can't take in all of that information in one go. You're going to get something different from it every time. And I'm going to present it a little bit differently every time. He's going to present it, because I'm not going to be the same coach I am in May that I am today. I hope not. If I am, I'm doing all of this wrong. Okay? And that's the way everybody else in here, I think, should be thinking about it and approaching it. I hope that, I take what came from this and I become a better coach as a result of this weekend. Any of the coaches have anything to say before I got a couple other housekeeping things to do?
I just, again, thanks for everything. This was awesome. Even just sitting in the last couple days and just listening. Great questions, good engagement from everybody. Like he said, I left here with pages of freaking notes, and technically I'm supposed to be a presenter. You know what I mean? It's a powerful freaking weekend. So it's an honor to be here. Always is. Some new faces, but I know a lot of you, and it's fucking cool to see everybody growing. It's fucking neat, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get jacked seeing other people kick ass. So.
Yeah. It's awesome. Okay.
Can I say something quick about?
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, I can. I came up with this idea completely on my own. Didn't get any influence whatsoever. So when we do talk about the course, I would like you to tell me one thing that was confirmed for you this weekend. So something that you were already doing that you heard a bunch of coaches say a ton of times, and you were like, man, I nailed that. I'm so excited to hear it confirmed here. And then I want one takeaway that you're going to implement in your center. You are going to implement in your center, coaching, in your life, wherever that is, okay? If you have other thoughts, great. I'll be happy to hear them, but that's a great template to debrief the weekend. Again, made this up completely on my own. No influence from Janetti whatsoever. All right? One thing confirmed, one takeaway.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else have something to say before I?
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to pass it around to the people so they also have testimonials for their page.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know you didn't get to work in today because you weren't feeling well, but dude, when people complain to me, I literally have people from Atlanta. They're like, when are you going to do a course in Atlanta? I'm like, bro, I'm 3.5 hours away. It's a 3.5 hour drive. What are you, you don't even have to wait for a course. You can just come up anytime you want. This dude on 2 days' notice flew from Denmark. So you're going to be my metric from now on. Anytime anybody says anything about you're not close enough, I'm going to be like, okay, so any other announcements before I take care of this?
No, we'll do the group photo afterwards. Yeah, Mary. You've already
Oh, yeah. Oh, she never started. That's a whole other thing. Okay, so one more thing from me. There are a lot of you have been in some form or fashion associated with us for a long time. Some a few months, some a decade or more. Most of you I like. There are a couple of you, you know, I could give, you know, whatever. But I still have to recognize certain people, even if I don't like them that much. And so this is one of those times. This is me being uncomfortable right now. Now, look, I give him a hard time. He gives me a hard time. I think it's all in jest. I don't know what he thinks. But there are, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 people that I've promoted to this level on the planet. And we've been, so Fit to Fight started in 2008, so in 15 years. There's 6 or 7 of these folks, and most of them are, or at least half of them are internal. So, because those are the people that we're seeing often. So, if you're not internal and you are reaching this level, it's because you're putting in a lot of time and energy and effort on your own to go travel, to go improve yourself, to go to this course and that, and not just our courses, other courses, because again, like if you look at this weekend, if you look at what hopefully we accomplished here, it's not just about what we're doing. It's about what other people in the, it's funny that we've all kind of hesitated on saying industry the whole weekend, because Raul referred to it as an ecosystem, and I thought that was an interesting term. I know Craig says not an industry because there's no standards, it's just a, so whatever. But in this thing that we do, there are a lot of good people doing a lot of good things. And so some of you have heard me say this before. If I don't have like a Fit to Fight manual, because manuals can be restricting. If I hand you a manual, then a lot of times the meta message is, well, anything not in this book must be bad. And I understand the want and need to have something codified, and I get it. And on some level, you have to have that. But I want the people that are going to reach the higher levels of what we're doing, whatever that means to you, to have influences from a lot of different places and a lot of different people. And so if you're going to get to this level in this organization, you're going to have to go out and do some things on your own and make some things your own. It's not going to be, all right, well, you show up at this day, I'm going to have this spreadsheet with all these check boxes, and I'm going to run you through 3 days of stuff, and then, you know, maybe you get it, maybe you don't. That's just not how I believe this should work. Ultimately, once you get past what we would call black belt, it's more about, okay, Bobby talks about semi-advanced. To me, that would be our semi-advanced. All right, these are the things that I felt were important for people to learn and be able to coach somebody else. Now, what can you do with that? Where can you take that? That, to me, is kind of the height of where hopefully we all kind of are looking to go. So it's a long way for me to say, because I'm really trying to not say it. Aaron Hollander.
Thanks, Aaron.
So I've tried so many times.
Yeah, right. 2 errands in 2 weeks, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. Look, all joking aside, he puts in the work. End of the day, you can't ask for more than that, really. You know, I think Janetti kind of encapsulated the whole good coach thing. Well, are your students getting better? Are your students having fun? That kind of thing. For me, at this kind of level, what are you building? What are you taking from what you got from us and then doing with that? And I think, again, I've only done this 6 or 7 times now. I think Aaron has done that. I think he has put in the time. He's trained with a lot of different people. He's been down here a good bit. Even this, like, we talked, like, when he came down for the last black belt test, I think it was the week of. He was like, "Hey man, I would really like to do more. I would really like to progress in this." And I was like, "Okay, well, let's see what we got." And then, you know, I was at Genetti's a couple weeks ago, and I told Aaron, I said, "Can you come to Edge of Reality? You haven't done that course yet. Can you come do it? Let me focus on you and where you are and what you're doing." He did it and made it happen. And then obviously he came down for this. So, I mean, you're talking about in a month, you know, a month or so, I know that he's put in 3 courses that are weekend courses. That's somebody that is dedicated to making their center and their community and their part of the world better. And that, at the end of the day, that's what matters to me. So, good work, bro. Now get the fuck out of here. All right. Anything else? God, that was painful. God. Oh.
Mantras, man, mantras.
I'm gonna change my mantra already. Like I need a pen. Yeah. All right. So we need to do a group photo, and then if you'll get with Amber, if you have nice things to say, look, share stuff on social. If you enjoyed this weekend, share the fuck out of your experience on social media. If you didn't, shut the fuck up. Don't say shit. I don't want to hear from you. Don't worry. If everybody in here talks about how great it was, 50% of the comments will be, yeah, but that Ryan Hoover guy is painfully unlikable. So, all right. Yes, sir.
Also, if anybody here hasn't done a Google review, 5-star Google reviews also help drive business. You like the place, probably do that.
The Canadians won't stop.
Also, if you're not following and buying their shit, follow and buy their shit.
Especially the jiu-jitsu deep dive.
Yes. Buy my shit. Buy their shit.
What? Okay, we'll do it.
Everybody!